Ah, at Stromness. Trying to now head to the
Have at thee, fiend!
Hatcher's farm gate, and through that go to the Firbolg Mines. And there appears to be undead cows in here. And farms and undead chicken as well. Yeah, undead chicken and cows. Something odd, most likely. Has cost a lot to appear because of his wanton habit of murdering both cows and chickens. Mostly because they were. And these appear to be sheep.
I'm the best!
Yeah, but if there are undead sheep,
Have at thee, fiend!
I am quite certain that the quality of their meat, or mutton as is, or mutton, I don't know what's the actual mutton, must be most likely very bad, because as much as fiction tends to say, undead tend to basically live despite being quite rotten.
I'm the best!
So, meaning that sheep meat from undead sheep is rotten. Meaning that it's most likely it's very not so edible. Yeah. Holy flower. And the undead sheep are much more of a, you could say, nuisance instead of, or generally you could say the word undead cattle is much more of a nuisance than a real peril. As the level of difficulty of Bard's Tale is not, you could say, it's not insanely low. Because hell, even in the easiest difficulty, you do get killed by big mobs. And if the easiest difficulty is something that it will get you killed if you don't play smart, that you can't just go ham and mindless the attack and kill everything, it's not really, you could say, the easiest difficulty. Although my general opinion about game design nowadays is that at least if game is very action heavy, it gets its difficulty from simply making enemies tougher and tougher to hurt, more difficult to hurt, and more powerful for you against you, meaning that they do more damage to you and you do less damage to them. Usually they thought that there is no any kind of turns. There's usually no any kind of changes about how smart the enemies are or anything like that. Which is, well, sometimes there is, but usually there is not. But now, finally got through the farm, and now they're heading to the Firbolg Mines.
The Bard found himself in a place where there was no night or day, no warmth of the sun, and air so foul every breath was an effort. Into these tunnels, more suited to Firbolgs and Finfolk, the Bard bravely strode, determined to complete his noble quest. Certain death lurked around every corner, a violent, messy death, at the hands of some foul subterranean denizen.
I certainly hope that you're exaggerating.
More wishful thinking than anything else.
Nice.
Tony J is really great that he can really deliver that kind of, you could say, some sort of British indignation towards Bard. But this place is actually not being friendly at the beginning.
We haven't heard from the villagers of Stromness in a while. I wonder if something happened to them.
Well, they has happened things to them. Undead.
We sent a messenger to ask the Vikings for help with the Finfolk, but he hasn't returned.
And there's some sort of events happening around here as well. Oh, now there's some... Okay, the Firbolg. They're basically just not unpleasant critters for you to...
I could use a break.
Oh, I have to space, it's just better to... After quite heavy fighting, it's better to just... You would say...
Ja pozlam tvoje duša na morski smrt. To hell with thee, blackguard!
Another priceless treasure for you, lad.
Oh yeah, Explorer can open chests and do all kinds of that kind of things. Meaning he's not useless. More Firbolgs. They're big and not so pleasant looking.
I'm busy.
But they appear to be quite friendly in that kind of sense. But as long as you don't bother them, they are not gonna bother you. And that's a fair arrangement in things. More of these. Not so much challenge fighting these critters, but that's because they are not that big in big mobs. And Bard Guardian level up. And there's some sort of wall I can't get through yet.
The stronger the Bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons. The Bard will counterattack in a circle after blocking, knocking down his enemies, used with the two-handed weapon.
And stay down!
And it's basically, as much of the gameplay is concerned, it really doesn't matter that what kind of weapon you are using primarily. They all sound quite alike.
Busy digging.
Well, you are digging, alright, no.
Worthless!
question about that. Oh yeah, this kind of wandering around is not particularly, you could say, visually interesting, so I'm gonna just pause and skip to some better location once I'm at there. Well, there's this kind of little hole with anti-magic field there, so...
You seem to be quite in a hurry, my friend. Why all the hacking? Is the ore going somewhere?
A group of us were working here, putting up support beams when we were attacked by a pack of finfolk. During the fight, this tunnel collapsed and several of the other miners were trapped.
So, well, let's be smart.
Well, you know what they say. Survival of the fittest, circle of life and all that rubbish. And I might add...
I don't have time to talk right now. They're running out of air. Help me dig them out.
Sorry, not the digging type. I might help in some other way if there was something in it for me.
Oh, you greedy... Ugh. I have no choice. There were other miners down here, but they were scattered during the attack. Bring them back here to help me dig. Take this for starters, and there'll be more where that came from if we can rescue them.
Ah, no. Now it becomes a timed mission. I must find miners and guide them here, and they will get the dig done faster.
There's trouble. Come with me.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's this kind of little escort mission. Does he know how to go fast? Well, but if you look at it, it takes over half a minute to get to almost a minute to get to 3%. Or something like 4%, which means that 10 minutes is not enough time. So the purpose is to get more miners there, and they will dig faster. So time to start doing that. Run around gathering miners. Dig is complete. Well, they're happy. Good.
I see my work is done here. Now, I believe there was mention of some extra silver for my hard labour.
Actually, I've got something that may interest you more than silver.
Not many things interest me more than silver, but
Being nice.
I'm listening.
We found this strange sword down here while we were excavating. It seems to... well, it seems. Okay, men. Back to work. Time to clear out those tunnels to the east.
Oh yeah, and these Firbolgs now open up the path to go further in these Firbolg Mines. Ego sword.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you don't look very formidable. As a matter of fact, you don't look like much of anything. I hope you do better than my previous wielder.
Well, as I live and breathe, it is true. You speak. I can only pray that your edge is as sharp as your tongue. And you have things turned around, I think. I hope you serve me better than you did your former wielder.
He was gone in the head, my former master. Kept insisting he was the chosen one, if you can believe that rubbish. You don't seem much better.
You'd be surprised what I believe. Now, keep quiet. We have finfolk to skewer.
Remember, the pointy end goes into the enemy, you simpleton.
This is going to be just wonderful. Now, shut your... whatever it is.
So it came to be that the Bard found the perfect match for his own charming personality.
Well, I am a bastard sword, you know.
Oh, it was a pun. It just was such a pun. A bastard sword.
Need me again? I thought so.
Well, some adder stones which are handy, which are quite a convenient thing to carry. And there's that little or digway or whatever it is. But apparently there was another chosen one as well.
Somebody in need of healing?
And the Eagle Sword sings. And I must say that the Eagle Sword and the Shadow Axe have a quite similar function in the sense that they allow you to summon without basically any kind of interruption. And a funny...
Ready to scrap!
But Eagle Sword does have a quite big swing arc. But it's a real shame that it doesn't follow exactly the same kind of maneuvering rules.
And stay down!
Of the your regular weapon sets, or maybe it does. This game is not so really important about your level of equipment. So time to save still. Mostly because this game does not follow any kind of concessions about checkpoints, so that if you saved long time ago because of this game's age and original generation. Oh yeah, now I have to travel with a raft, and it's gonna be a long waterway with all kinds of obnoxious finfolk appearing me, meaning it's a gauntlet, long gauntlet. So I'm gonna skip that because it doesn't provide anything interesting. And once again, out from the river to the Firbolg Caverns. Of course, it's inhabited by Firbolg.
Я позвам твоя душа на морский смерть.
Which of course means they're pests.
Yeah, just a bit of junk.
Well, as I now explore this place, it's quite obvious that it's still just the basically same kind of corridors you run through. There's enemies there. Kill some, kill all. No, not so much. Well, there is difference, but not that much practical sense. And there's some sort of weird ass, or is it just weird? Giant in here, or Viking. So let's have a talk with him. Olav.
Just a moment, stranger, for I can see you're neither Finfolk nor Firbolg. Now who are you? And more importantly, what are you doing here?
Let's be snarky.
I have a better question. Why are Vikings all so damn ugly? I mean, it's obviously hereditary, but is it me or is it getting worse with time? Oh, dear. As for your second question, I'll hear your name before I give you mine.
I am called Olaf. I am a Viking from Stromness. As to why I am lost here, that's easy enough. After the Firbolgs first dug their way down here and found these water-filled tunnels, me and my brother Eric came down with a Firbolg guide. Now, what was his name? Let's see, it was Bailey.
That guy has a very long and rambling
More on that
story.
treacherous
I
dog
hate to
later.
interrupt, but-
Anyways, we came down here to explore, you know, see if there was any treasure to be had, maybe a
Could you be
nice
quiet?
vein of ore. So we brought a small boat with us. I'm a pretty decent shipwright myself. Did I mention that? Now, when we were younger, my brother was always the one who was better at building things.
I hate to
Me,
interrupt,
I've
but-
always been good at knocking them down, if you know what I mean. Of course, what
Could you
use
be
is a
quiet?
Viking that can't take care of his ship? So I
It's-
spent
it's- it's
several
it's
years
really
in
comical
Nordland
because
studying
he has-
under old Skeggy, the master shipwright. Surely you've heard of him. Of course you have. Everyone has. It
Shut
was his...
the bloody hell up and get to the point.
My apologies. Sometimes I forget myself and
I
run
don't
off
know
at
how
the
long
mouth.
that story
The
is.
short of it is, I'd like you to kill this Firbolg for me. He's in the caverns to the east. In exchange, I will share you the secret of dispelling magic. Just bring me proof that he's dead.
Yeah. That's almost it's really comical, the sheer insane rambling story that they wrote for that guy, because it's one of those stories that doesn't go anywhere. It just weird subsections about whatever little weird details there is, that it just goes on and on and on. It's really comical about how pointless and dull that story is. It's something like, here's Olaf, he's gonna tell you a saga, and here's a noose so you can go and hang yourself with it. You're gonna ask that noose from me. Over to say, don't need to thank me for the noose that I'm gonna just give you. That I just gave you. But I'm now searching for that Firbolg guide, and not bothering to fight with all these rock monster things. Also because finding them is quite annoying. Of course, I could just pop up the cheat code about 100 times damage, which would wipe them out real swiftly, but that wouldn't be much of point. But there's a Firbolg.
Is anyone there?
No, damn. I mean, go away.
Let's be friendly to this. He's obviously upset.
Come out, friend. I mean you no harm.
All right. Just don't hurt me. You said you meant no harm. I'm very sorry I didn't come out of hiding sooner, but you see, I've been down here a while, always running from the Finn folk, not to mention the crazy Viking. He thinks I'm in a league with the Finn folk, if you can imagine that.
Ah, yeah, the Viking, yeah. I've had the pleasure of meeting him. He wants you dead for some reason, you know.
He's just an insane old man who runs off at the mouth. Whatever you do, don't let him launch into one of his stories. Rather be run through by a Finfolk. I've been trapped down here for so long, always fearing for my life. I'm at my wit's end. Now you must have gotten down here somehow. Can you show me a way out?
Well, let's be friendly, because that guy had to deal the same shit that Bard has to
I can
deal
lead you
with.
to the boat that brought me here. Follow me.
Thanks. Let's go.
Let's just put these things apart. He isn't particularly quick on his feet. Yeah, now I have to go and more or less fight my way through all these cockroach rock things, or how you wanna call them. So I'll be skipping until I'm at the boat. But a little bit of unpleasant thing of Firbolg being killed by Finfolk. So, well, he's been killed, not by me, so let's have a chat with Olaf. And if I remember right, he would have given you an upgrade song.
Are you done with your little mission?
Aye. Here you go. The bloody deed is done.
His armband, eh? Yes, this is good proof. He was always boasting about how great his father was and how it'd been his most precious possession. He'd never have given it up. I have no use for the damn thing, so you keep it.
Thanks. Now, I believe you have some payment for me?
Payment? Oh, yes, yes. I learned this secret when I was younger. It was on the Isle of the Winged.
Enough with the tales. Teach me what you know.
Of course, no need to get violent.
Yeah, more experience and more. Well, got progress done with unexpectedly fast fast way as well. So it's southwards. So it's time to. Well, yeah, as I must say that in this phase of the game, they got bit back of the humor of the story. Although it would have been even funnier if the narrator himself had also had some sort of weird quips to tell about Olaf's stories, rambling and incoherent as they are. It might have been, in a sense, humorous little interlude to find something that Bard and the narrator agree on, of the Olaf being an extreme bore, telling completely rambling, incoherent stories which don't go anywhere, and like that one Abe Simpson story about fairy and all that.
With his bodyguard able to absorb magic, the Bard should
Oh
have...
yeah. Oh yeah, I have to summon the bodyguard. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, some of these summons had this kind of special abilities, although that wasn't particularly necessary. But time to save. Because the bodyguard is just a big fat guy with wearing a sack on his head and a shield. But now is something humorous, a obligatory lava level.
As the Bard ventured further into the caves, the sight of the scorched ground concerned him. Wait, it did concern him, didn't it? Because it really should have.
You really know how to inspire confidence, don't you?
Yep, this is very humorous thing. Look, another chosen one looks like to be. And why would Calais be choosing some immature teenage boys? Well, I think they must be the most gullible folks to be chosen by somebody with her looks.
I can make it. I'm the chosen one. I can make it. I'm the chosen one.
Hello there. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Who are you? You don't seem like one of those druids. Did Dugan send you to help me?
Did Dugan send me? Yeah, you could say that. So, you're the chosen one, are you?
Oh, you heard that. Yes, I am the chosen one.
Let's be snarky.
Well, you may be a chosen one, but you're not the chosen one.
What do you mean by that? They've all told me I'm the one.
So someone tells you you're the chosen one and you just believe them. You haven't noticed all the other chosen ones running about by any chance? The dead ones?
Yeah, that means they weren't the chosen one. I am the chosen one, and I'll prove it right now.
I'd really like to see that.
Well, at least he's got a sword.
Bad choice, chosen one. For you, at least.
And of course, Bard will loot him. And meet these three dudes once again happy singing.
Oh, it's bad luck to be you. A chosen one of many isn't true. When you think you're full of luck, you move forward till you struck. Oh, it's bad luck to be you. You came upon a land with confidence, the contemplating moment growing tense. He tried to clarify his unthinking reasons why, but in the end his logic made no sense. Oh, it's bad luck to be you. The prophecy is never coming true. In the pickle you'll be stuck. Like a chicken you will cluck. Oh, it's bad luck to be you. He really felt that he was unique. Treasures and adventures he did seek. He strived to prove you wrong. And so now we sing the song. His future plans are looking very bleak. Oh, it's bad luck to be you. Don't think for just a second it's not true. When your life is run amok, you will see that you're the schmuck. Oh, it's bad luck to be, really bad luck to be. Nobody could disagree. It's a freaking guarantee. It's bad luck to be you. It'll lead you.
Yep, those three always show up once the chosen one is here and has been killed. Again. Not the first one, but yeah. I guess the Bard is the only, you could say, actual grown-up that Calais actually went to choose. Well, but yeah. And that obligatory level was something that it wasn't obligatory at all because it only just gave you one more summon, and most summons in this game, well, after the obviously utility ones like combat and healing ones, are not really that great. Especially with the adder stones, basically can give you a healing and of course even with the fact that the spinning axes are really convenient method of using things. But once again, launching a raft, going through a real unpleasant winding path. Again, come on, don't bug out. Oh yeah, it took a while for Dog to come up here. Where's the summon guy, dude? Come on. Ah, bugger. Do I have to wait for a fucking eternity? Well, I'm not. And with after one watery way, it's more watery way. So, more skipping.
So, once again, having left a wake of death and destruction behind him, the Bard continued onward towards the island tower in search of the fair maiden Calais. Now, you may ask yourself, was his mind weighed down with the burden of saving the world? The lives he had taken? Friends he had lost? Or was he just wondering what the princess looked like naked? I'm sure that answer is painfully obvious.
Yep. So that answer is very obvious. Well, time to actually end this episode right here, because this is the appropriate place to end this episode. See you next time. See ya.